Welcome back. In July 2012, Venezuela's new envoy to Kenya, Olga Fonseca, was discovered dead in her official Runda residence, strangled just days after taking up her post. 4 men, including a Venezuelan diplomat, lost their appeals early this year against 20-year jail terms for her killing. But even with those convictions, the alleged mastermind, a mysterious Kenyan known as Mohammed Ahmed Hassan, has never been arrested. Tonight, we revisit the Fonseca murder mystery and the unanswered question: who is shielding the fugitive currently still at large? Here is KTN security editor Francis Ontomo with more.
July 2012, and Olga Fonseca had just been deployed to Nairobi as Venezuela's new ambassador. Just 12 days into the Nairobi assignment, she was dead, strangled in her home, in a murder that shook the nation and stirred Kenya's diplomatic circles, becoming an international scandal. It was the first time a top envoy would be murdered on Kenyan soil. Investigators eventually named 5 suspects. 4 were convicted and included Dwight Sagare, a Venezuelan diplomat, Ahmed Mujivane Omido, a Nairobi businessman, Alex Sifuma Wanyonyi, a hardware trader, and Moses Kiprotich Kalia, a former police officer. The 5th suspect, Mohammed Ahmed Hassan, identified by witnesses as the true mastermind and the true face of evil, vanished without a trace, and even to date, authorities cannot account for his whereabouts. Curiously, and what will puzzle investigators, for days since Olga Fonseca's arrival in Nairobi, she was booked at a hotel in Gigiri and not the official embassy residence in Runda. And as it would turn out, her presence in Nairobi was far from needed. The Venezuelan embassy had been poisoned by fierce power struggles and deep divisions that would claim her life in the most gruesome manner. Sagare, the acting diplomat in charge of the embassy, was not ready to surrender the reins of power, aided by a shadowy figure who operated inside the mission as though it were his own. The shadowy figure is Mohammed, said to have had deep connections within the Kenyan government and the diplomatic circles. Court records show Mohammed studied medicine in Karachi, Pakistan for 13 years, but never qualified. His father told judges the family lost track of him. Police once traced him to his mother's house in South Sea, Nairobi, but he slipped away. Claims that Mohammed is in the country and enjoying protection from highly placed state officials have surfaced more than once, but KTN has not independently verified the claims. KTN wrote to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and the Venezuelan embassy to track the progress of the case, but did not get answers. Today, more than a decade later, the man most heavily implicated in the murder of Olga Fonseca remains free despite a warrant of arrest hanging over his head. And until he is brought to book, justice will only be half served. Francis Ontomo, KTN, Nairobi.
To education matters, Kenya's education system is